Hi there, it's Yvonne here, and welcome to today's conversation called How to Find the Right Location for your new B&B business. Okay, so this is a topic that comes up a lot in our group. So if you're here joining me live, then please do say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're from and what you're looking for. And if you're watching on the replay, then just do #replay so that I can come and say hello to you afterwards. Okay, so if you're here live, hello, and if you're here on the replay, hello and welcome to this conversation. So today's topic then is how to find the right location for your B&B, guest house or inn. And this question, as I say, is one that comes up quite frequently for those who are new to this business and are searching for a property. And as there are a lot of new and aspiring owners in this group, in this Facebook group, I want to help you get clear on how you decide whether this property or that property or that property over there is the right one for you to purchase, and why it makes a difference, a huge difference, in terms of how successful you'll be. Because after all, you're probably going to be making a life-changing investment, and you want to give yourself the best chance of getting a good return on that rather than pouring your money down the drain, right? So as I say, if you're in the planning and researching stage, then I hope that this conversation will be helpful to you. And let me know what questions you have in the comments below, and I'll come and answer them either during the live stream or after the live stream. And please do interact with me so that we can go deeper together into this important topic. All right, so let's see if anybody's joining me live. Okay, sometimes the comments take a while to come through, technology, doesn't always play nicely, does it? So, how do you decide where to buy? Most new owners fall in love with the property, spend a fortune on renovations and interior design and accessorizing and making it all look beautiful, and then find that they have to list with the online travel agents because they don't really understand who they want to welcome, why they would choose them, and what's your point of differentiation. And I've seen this happen many times, and it doesn't end well for people. So I want to give you another perspective. If you're a new owner, then congratulations and welcome to this beautiful industry. But I want to give you another perspective. So I'm going to assume, first of all, that you're already passionate about hosting and welcoming and helping people to have an enjoyable experience with you. Most people get into this business because they just love the idea of entertaining, hosting, making a nice environment for people to enjoy and to helping people. It's kind of like the caring profession, if you like. But the problem is that everyone starts out like that, and then they end up looking and sounding all the same. And that's never going to get you where you want to go. So before you buy, and to give yourself the best chance of success, I want you to consider 3 other elements. A successful independent hospitality business, such as a B&B, guest house or inn, depends on getting clear on 3 things: the who, the what, and the why. So who do you want to welcome? Who would you most enjoy hosting? What kind of people would you most enjoy hosting at your new property? What will you be offering them that is unique and different from everyone else, and why would they choose you to provide that? So to make this easier, I'm going to give you some questions in a minute, but those are the 3 elements: the who, the what, and the why. And once you've got those, then you're ahead of the game, basically. So to make this easier, why not grab a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and then draw yourself 3 circles that overlap in the middle. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so it should look like that. If you draw, they're not very circular, but your circles should look like that, with this little overlapping piece in the middle, this piece in the middle here. is the piece that counts, right? So make sure you've got the 3 circles overlapping. And in those 3 circles, I want you to write some words, okay? So in the first circle, it doesn't matter which circle, just choose one of the circles and write the words property location. And in the second circle, wherever that is, doesn't matter which one you choose, write the words, what are people coming to this area for? What are people coming for? And in the third circle, write the words, my interests and passions. Okay? So, as I say, these are your circles. Write those words. I'll just go through them again so that you've got that, okay? In the first circle, whichever one you choose, write the words property location. In fact, I'll write this in here for you, okay? Property location. Okay? And in the second circle, we want to write the words, what are people coming for? What do people visit for? What do people visit that area for? And in the third circle, I want you to write my passions and interest. And this is very, very important that you get clear on this bit. Okay, so I've got my 3 circles and they're all labelled, right? Property location, why people coming, and my passions and interests. Okay, once you've got those 3 down, it should look like that. Okay, so then, oops, let me just refer to my notes here. Okay, so in the middle, this little piece in the middle here, I hope you can see this that I'm holding up. This is your sweet spot. This little piece in the middle here is your sweet spot. This is your point of differentiation. Okay, like that. And when you can get all 3 matching up, particularly with a location and the people who are coming, with your passions and interests, the things that you love to talk about, the things that you talk about really easily, the things that you own books on, the things that you watch TV programs on, the things that that you're most interested in. Once you can marry those 3 things up, your point of differentiation will appear, and that's the key, the golden key, if you like, to the success of your new business. So how do you arrive at this sweet spot? Because a lot of people will say, well, I've got lots of passions and interests, I like lots of things, and then none of them are really what people are coming for. But you'd be surprised actually when you do a bit of digging, and I'm going to give you some like high level questions. We go through this process with our clients at a much deeper level, but today for purposes of time, I want to give you some high level questions that will get you started on the thinking process of how to identify your sweet spot. So here are some questions to help you. Before I do that, I'm just going to check the comments just to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Okay, great. Right. So here's some questions to help you. Right. Number 1, if you have identified an area or a couple of areas where you think you might like to open a property, I want you to write down at least 5 reasons that people are already visiting the area that you're considering. And you might be considering several different areas. You might have looked at some properties, but I want you to get really clear on at least 5 reasons that people are visiting that area that you're considering. That's number 1. Question number 2, I want you to list all the main attractions in that area. Okay? I want you to list them. What are they? What are people coming for? And then question number 3 is, which of those attractions, 1 or more, would you enjoy the most and why? Okay? Number 1, write down at least 5 reasons people are visiting the area that you're considering. Number 2, what are all the main attractions in that area? And that might be one and the same thing, but it might not. And which of those attractions would you enjoy the most and why? Okay? Dig deep here and find that point of differentiation for yourself as best you can. Because when you can match up your chosen area with the reasons people are visiting, with your own interests and passions, you've got the winning formula. You can't fail. Well, you providing you market that, which is another topic. You've got to market that, like market the heck out of it. But you've got to have it first. And once you've got it, you've potentially got the winning formula. So before you go and purchase a property, make sure that you've answered these questions and you can feel confident that you've got something that's going to set you apart from everyone else. Okay? Because just because a particular town or area is attracting, lots of tourists, lots of visitors every year, it's not a sound basis for your success. Because if you go down that road, you'll find that you'll be in competition with a lot of other owners, mostly on price, and you'll find it very hard to differentiate yourself and therefore charge top dollar, right? Because you want to be charging top dollar. Unless you've made a conscious decision to appeal to the budget end of the market, then don't try and position yourself in the middle. Either do the budget or do the high end, do the differentiation thing. But either way, you can differentiate. It just depends who you want to welcome, what your passions and interests are, and how you can talk with authority about those things. Just a little bit of authority about those things. So let me give you a couple of examples on how this has worked for some of our clients, just to kind of put it into context and spark some thinking processes for you, okay? One of our clients is a keen theatre goer, and her B&B is in one of the main theatre towns in her area. And she loves to talk with her guests about the best shows to visit and to go to and to see. And over the years, she'd built quite a good customer list around her topic, her passion, but she'd never communicated anything to them about the shows. So when we sent out a short email campaign about the program for this year, she got 77 bookings within 1 week. Now, somebody with, not having nailed that, she knew what she was about. She knew that she was in the right location, and she knew what people were coming for, and that she could match her passions and interests to why people were coming. But she wasn't marketing it very well. Okay? So not only do you have to know this stuff, you actually have to tell the world about it, particularly online. Here's another example for you. Years ago, I worked briefly with an owner who loved trains, and his B&B was the old railway station in his local area, and there was nothing he loved more than sitting with his guests on his porch watching those great big long freight trains go by, right? They had a mutual passion and that he shared with his guests, and every time he sent out an email with news of a big train scheduled to come through, he gets a flood of bookings. It's easy, right? When you've nailed it and nailed your flag to the mast, if you like, or put your flag in the sand and say, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, this is who I want to welcome, and forget about everybody else. Another client, right, another example, owns an important historic house which has a ghost or two. She networks in online communities with like-minded people who are interested in haunted houses and regularly gets bookings from the Ghostbusters. Simple, right? As long as you can talk with some passion and authority on either your area as a whole or a particular aspect of your area, even better. But if you can't find a particular aspect of your area, you need to become the expert on your area as a whole. Once you can do that, you can build that community around you where you're the only game in town, and when people think about visiting your area, they're only thinking of you. You're like top of mind. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. So this is just a magical way to build a business in this day and age, because there are so many what I would call meat market or mediocre properties out there where, hosts are good. They're good at hosting. Some of them are, some of them aren't so good. The majority of people who get into this business professionally are, enjoy hosting. but they're not marketing themselves as the expert in the eyes of their guests on their area, and therefore they can't position themselves ahead above the crowd and charge more and get better quality guests and have an easier life. They can't do that when they haven't put their flag in the sand. But when you do it as a newbie, if you start off this way, you'll have a huge advantage over everyone else who doesn't bother to do this. And that's the majority of owners, unfortunately. So I would encourage you, if you're just planning and researching your new business, to do this deeper work. It will pay you back 100-fold over time. I promise you it will. And of course, then the next step is being able to market your point of differentiation online, which is another story, and that's for another day. But meanwhile, let me check the questions to make sure that you are asking questions and you know right. Okay, so I don't have any questions at the moment. So if you have questions, you're watching this on the replay and you have questions, then don't hesitate to ask me anything at all. And if you want to know more about how this would work in your new business while working with us, then please do send me a private message and I'll be happy to help you. And I'll also be happy to help you clarify just who you are, what you stand for, and how you're going to position yourself, because positioning is key, right? And I know that this brings up a lot of stuff for people, like, I can't do that, I don't know enough, or why would people listen to me, and all these kind of beliefs that we all have them, right? But we don't have to be slaves to them. We can put them to rest, and we can actually step into that kind of more expansive version of ourselves if we go through the process of actually clarifying the who, the what, and the why. Okay? Well, I hope that makes sense to you. I hope that's helped you in some way. And as I say, if you want to know more about working with us, or you want some more help, you want to clarify who you are, then just send me a private message or put a comment below and I will help you. And you can always book a call with me, and I'll put the link to book a call with me in the comments below as well. If you'd rather talk privately, that will be fine too. So that's all I have for you today. I hope that's helped, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.